Alright, this is a review of Superboy #1 by um, Jeff Lemire and drawn by Pierre Gallo. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. I love the cover to this. It's very soothing. Half the reason I picked this up was because of the cover. And also I was looking forward to this because I had, looked at the announcement when this is going to come out. I actually thought it was going to come out next year, but it came out this week. And I want to do a review on it. So I have to say, the artwork in here is really good. The interior artwork, it looks almost exactly like Frank Quiley's artwork. I don't know if it's the colorist or if it's the artist himself, but something about this gives me an all-star Superman feel. But anyway, the issue starts off with Connor, kind of giving himself, he's kind of reevaluating his life and how he never really had a normal childhood because, well, he was created. He wasn't born. He was created by Lex Luthor with the DNA of Lex and Superman. So he never really had a childhood. He came out of a test tube, for God's sake. So he never knew what it was like to grow up as a normal kid. And we see the kid in the field, and I'm thinking that's Connor, kind of imagining himself as a kid, but it's not actually. It's some other kid. So, and we get to see on top of in Smallville, on top of the I don't know what that thing's called. It keeps the corn inside of it in the crop fields, and Connor and Crypto, they're sitting on top of that, and along comes the Phantom Stranger. Yes, the Phantom Stranger. And he gives Connor and he gives Crypto a startle, and he's like, I didn't mean to do that. I came here to give you a warning about some dark things that are going to be happening. And Connor's just like, okay, what's up? What's going on? He's like, there's going to be a great darkness that enters your path. You have to, and he tells him you have to prepare yourself for this, and but you have some other business to take care of right now. And he's like, you have to go home to the Kent farm. You are needed there right now. So he goes there, and he uses his X-ray vision, and he looks and sees that Ma Kent is actually falling over from watering her plants. So he goes and saves her and stops her from falling to the ground and injuring herself. And they basically have a talk about, his plans and stuff like that. He tells Ma Kent that Phantom Stranger showed up, and he warned him about a great darkness. And we go on from there to the kid that was in the field. He has like a Superman or Superboy outfit on or whatever, and he's pretending to be a superhero. And he says, "Hi, take that, Black Lantern." And his cape gets grabbed by a purple man, and we all know that's Parasite. And he runs away. And then we get back to Smallville High School, where Connor Kent runs into Lori Luthor, who's Lex Luthor's niece. And they're kind of talking. She's like, "You've been avoiding me. What's going on with you? Why haven't you been talking to me?" and stuff like that. Connor in his mind, he's like, "Well, you're Lex's niece." And he's like, "You know what? We can talk later. I have something to do." She's like, "Sure, see you around." And we get back to the field, and Parasite is there in the fields. Again, this artwork looks almost exactly like Frank Quiley's artwork. Something about it gives me that Frank Quiley feel. So we get back to Connor, and he's walking down Smallville, and he runs into a friend, or rather a classmate that's been kind of keeping an eye on him. And he knows that he's like, "I gotta tell you a secret, Connor." And Connor's like, "What?" "I know you're Superboy." And Connor's just like, "Okay." and he just kind of goes with that. And then they get attacked. They get attacked in the city, or not in the city, but in Smallville, the shopping center. They get attacked by Parasite, and he throws Superboy through a window. Connor takes off his clothes, and they start to fight. Connor uses his psychic abilities, and he takes the fight out of the shopping center area and into the fields, and they duke it out. Connor uses his power so much that he drains himself to the point where he defeats Parasite by using the grains of the fields with his mental powers, and I thought that was really kind of cool. I was like, oh, he kind of used his head a little bit, and he defeated Parasite, and that's pretty much the issue. At the end of the issue, Poison Ivy shows up. I'm wondering what that means. And then we get a foreshadowing of the different things that's going to be happening, like unlikely allies. Unlikely allies. That's Poison Ivy. The very first Superboy Kid Flash race. The new Titans. Superboy meets Superboy. So that's all the stuff that's going to be coming up with the Superboy series. So if you didn't get a chance to pick this up, I highly recommend it. It's very good. Very enjoyable issue, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with this character. It's good to see that they gave Connor his own book, because basically every other Superman character has their own book now. So it was only a matter of time before Connor got his. But and also Crypto in this is in this. So I love Crypto. He's the best superhero dog out there. But yeah, very enjoyable issue. Highly recommend picking it up. And that is it.